Here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is well rested today, as I am not, because the election kept me up quite late last night. So my mind is kind of going in several different directions, especially after that upsetting victory last night for Donald Trump. So nonetheless, we're here in studio. I am on 3 hours of sleep. And again, I am not all there right now. So as many people know, I like to sleep. I usually go to bed at 8 o'clock, but not last night. I was up till about 1:30. What about yourself?
I couldn't do it. I was asleep by 11. I figured I would get all the news I needed in the morning. So
at what point, when you went to bed, at what point was did you think Donald Trump had it?
I about 10 o'clock, 9:30 maybe. And it was 8:30. It was still, I was voting for, I was rooting for Hillary. So by 9 o'clock, I thought, that's it. I can't watch anymore. I'll just have to. I wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
And I thought I might. You know what? You have to look at it though. Whatever side you were on, hopefully, it's just a positive. We have to think positive and just and believe that the positiveness is in our future. And
yeah, definitely a historic night and everything, and it was just completely. The polls got it wrong. I've been following the polls all along. I thought it was going to be an easy victory for Hillary Clinton last night.
Oh yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Quite well, and by the media, you can tell. I think there's many that are shocked.
Yes,
but again, hopefully it's for the better.
But I noticed, and I talked about this a number of times, is what you saw on TV did not match what you saw in society. Look at the rallies. Look at the people that Trump was attracting. Look at the yard signs. And it was Trump every single place that you looked. But when you looked at the polls, it was Clinton, it was Clinton, it was Clinton, and it wasn't making sense. If you went to like the fan pages, for instance, Trump and everybody who did that, Trump's likes blew Hillary Clinton's out of the water. It wasn't lining up. And this gets back to our discussion when I was talking about, the liberal media controls the television set, and they're very influential with the exception of course, Fox News. But it was they were doing their best to keep Hillary Clinton in front in terms of what the discussion, but it didn't materialize last night.
No, it didn't. I think it just goes to show that America wants something different. They want change, and they're gonna fight for it and stand up for it, and hopefully Donald Trump can provide that to all of us.
And on top of that, he has won he didn't win. I mean, the House and the Senate is now under Republican control. Not since 1928 has a Republican president had both the House and the Senate, and so we are going to see a very different economic political environment over these next 4 years. So we're going to see the Affordable Care Act disappear. We're going to see Dodd-Frank disappear. We're going to see a political revolution. We're probably going to see the wall get built. My
daughter was asking me that yesterday. Are we going to have a wall around?
Yeah, there's really not much that can stop him now with a Republican-controlled House and Senate. They still have their filibuster power and everything in the Senate and everything, but nonetheless, it's definitely going to be a unique environment over the next 4 years.
Well, that's why the whole financial market is quite scared and in an uproar
that was
this
down
morning.
700 points at one point last night. I looked before I came in; it had recovered back to around 300 points down. But it's the markets weren't expecting that.
No, there's a lot of uncertainty ahead of us at this point right now.
It was at that point last night when I saw the markets react that I said Donald Trump is going to win. That is because that started happening around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Because that represents the masses, the opinions of the masses right there when the market moves like that. Mm-hmm. And it was at that point that I said, you know what, Donald Trump is going to take this. It was incredible.
Well, like I said, hopefully this is for the best and he can make the changes, and implement, what we need to persevere in the days, months, and years ahead. So
right.
You have to be optimistic at this point and just, bring us all together and hope for the best. And then they had riots in California and different places.
I saw a headline about that. I saw that L.A. was in riot mode or something. I didn't read anything more past that. So
I think we are so ununited at this point. It's just hopefully he can bring it all together. I didn't hear his speech. I heard it was good,
I mean, this was a monumental landslide victory. I mean, he carried Wisconsin. He carried Pennsylvania. He's probably going to carry Michigan. I don't think they've called Michigan just yet. It doesn't matter.
I was leaning in his favor, but yeah, no, I was very shocked.
Not since 1988 has a Republican candidate carried Wisconsin and I believe Pennsylvania as well, and just a revolutionary night altogether.
What is surprising with all of the diversity and just everything that kind of surrounds him, he was still able to take the vote and bring and win the election. And I guess that just goes to show you how fed up America is with career politicians, and they need change.
Yeah, and
it's just scary with Trump in control of our change. I don't know.
And I didn't really understand the left's argument that Hillary represented, the middle America, because to me, Hillary represented big business. And I know that's traditionally a Republican position to represent big business. And Donald Trump is big business. But he spoke. You can see my mind is still not all there. He spoke to the small business owners. I mean, he has, a plan. He wants to get America working again. And there's a lot of different reasons why you could have or could not have voted for either of the candidates. But what it came down to for me all along is I have been saying for years that we need a businessman in office, businessman or woman in office. They are running the largest business in the world, and they need to have business experience. We need to get the politicians out of the office and let the business professionals. I'd like to see it to where a president has some prerequisites getting there instead of just getting elected. I've often said that a president should have both military experience and be a business leader, a proven business leader. Of course, Trump has no military experience because he never joined the army or whatnot. But I've always thought that should also be a prerequisite of joining.
I wish also that we could have someone that perhaps was a businessman that didn't have all of these accusations of sexual assault and different things against him. And when you look back at the history aspect of it, any man in that and like him that has been accused and have had these women come out, they can deny it all they want. Inevitably, the truth comes out, whether it's been Bill Cosby or any of these people that have happened prior to. So at some how that's sad if that scandal continues and he's our president. But nonetheless, again, it's kind of putting it behind us and moving forward. At this
so
point.
why were you a Hillary supporter? What was it that you liked about Hillary's message?
I just didn't like Trump.
That was a constant theme I think of the election. Is a lot of people were not necessarily voting for Trump or voting for Clinton as much as they were voting against the other person.
Right. I wouldn't prefer to have either one of them, honestly, in office. But
were you bothered by his comments about women throughout the campaign?
Absolutely.
Was that influential in your decision?
Absolutely. Well, I admired Trump back in the day. I loved The Apprentice. I think he's one of the ones that helped bring that entrepreneurial aspect, out of me. So I admired him. I still didn't necessarily like him as a being. He was just disrespectful to many. He's very selfish. At least, again, this is my opinion. But
yeah, no, I completely concur with that. I thought, he definitely needs to control what he says. I mean, I think he is a misogynist. I don't doubt that one bit.
And I like the fact that you do speak your mind, but you also have to, when you're in a public figure like that, or even a businessman, you need to be respectful.
But
often
deliberately. I saw a lot of people, would say I'm more bothered by what Hillary Clinton does than what Donald Trump says, and so and yes, it did bother me his comments about women. I am not in any way, shape, or form in agreeing with his belief system and how he treats women. I think it's reprehensible. But at the end of the day, I believe that we needed a president that can run a business. And some people, say, oh, he's had bankruptcies. He has started 300 or 400 different companies, and like 4 or 5 of them have went to bankruptcy. That's like a 96% success rate. And for people that understand and study business, those bankruptcies were strategic, and that's all part of business.
No, yeah, he's a good businessman. Like I said, hopefully, going forward, this is a positive thing, and hopefully we'll all unite, and America will be a better place because of it. At least one thing with him, you get what you get. There's no, I don't know. Hopefully there's not much behind the curtains. I mean, when he speaks his mind, he tells you how it is. So, he's very upfront. So hopefully that
and
change.
I know some people are probably saying, oh, well, he's screwed so many people over and didn't pay them. He filed bankruptcy on them. But you know what? That's part of business. And unfortunately, I don't like to do that. I like to honor all my agreements, but it's strategic, and it just comes back to the saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. And that's the environment that he has lived in. That's the environment of businessmen. And he's not the only one playing those games out there. He's not the only one that are taking huge losses to protect themselves from the income tax burden. They're all doing it out there. They just don't have that.
He's not a quitter, obviously.
No.
He perseveres and he sees things through. So like I said, hopefully this is, better for all of us. We'll see.
Yeah. Were you bothered by Hillary Clinton's the big issues that came down that weighted on her throughout the entire campaign? The server issue, the emails. Were you at all bothered by that, or is that a non-issue for you?
Well, you don't want to see anybody take privacy and anything like that lightly. And I think but I don't think that she did anything intentionally. But I think, obviously something bad happened, and it should have been, and she should have been more
'Cause
protected.
that turned out to be a definitely something that weighed down her campaign throughout. She couldn't get out from underneath the FBI scrutiny. That obviously weighed pretty heavily on her campaign.
Yeah, no, I'm just shocked that weighed down more so than sexual accusations and even having Trump's voice and the words that he said, and that kind of did me in at that point. But like I said, at least he speaks his mind, and I'm sure most men think a lot of those things. They just don't say it out loud. Yeah. So at least with him, you get what you get.
So your position was more you're voting against Trump than you were voting for Hillary.
Correct.
Then
yeah.
What about like Benghazi, for instance? We heard so much about her role as a Secretary of State, with regard to the security and how she didn't provide the security to the contractors overseas there.
No, it's all bothersome, but you just never know what's really factual and what is just blown up too for the whole campaign and to win. That's why, we've talked about this years ago. I always thought I would end up in a political world somewhere and always tried to kind of gauge my life towards that. But as I have gotten older and I'm too compassionate and empathetic, there's just no way. They're too cutthroat and they talk, it's a very cruel political world. It really is. So,
there's going to be a lot of analysis going into the polls and what happened. Why was Hillary Clinton projected to win and win so big? And I think it is the silent majority that was impacted by, due in large part, social media and stuff, because so many people were quick to speak up against Hillary, but the Donald Trump supporters were slow to react because they would get branded a racist or they would get branded a sexist. That's the left's most powerful tool, is when they brand you a racist or they brand you a sexist, just because they see Donald Trump as that. And
what happens now with all of the Republicans that turned against him?
This will
be, and even that Paul Ryan, they were
yeah.
talking about him a lot last night. I mean, what?
And another interesting aside to that is, the Republicans did very well in the Senate races, but there was two, and I don't remember their name, but two of them lost races last night, and they were the two that distanced themselves from Donald Trump. The ones who won sided with Donald Trump, but the two who thought it would be more politically better for them to distance themselves lost their elections last night. So just goes to show you that the movement behind Donald Trump is real, and he is speaking to Middle America. He flipped counties. He flipped states that have been blue for so long. It was just incredible.
And he spent quite a bit less for commercial on funding for advertisements and different things. I think Hillary was almost doubled as far as what she invested in.
Yeah, and Donald Trump got so much free publicity, free press, just because he's Donald Trump, and every time he said something,
because of all of the controversy.
Yeah, and the media would pick that up, and that's just a natural benefit of being Donald Trump and being a celebrity and everything. So, interestingly enough, though, the celebrities had no impact. You saw at the very end that Hillary brought on Jay-Z, she brought on Beyonce, and I really think that shows how disconnected she is from society, because those people, those celebrities, they don't represent America. They live lives that are in bubbles compared to the average business
she even
person.
Had the Bush ladies were all backing her. Barbara Bush and all of the Bush family.
Well, yeah, but that's a personal issue because of how Donald Trump beat up Jeb Bush. So he really
I'm saying it wasn't just the celebrities in California based, and I don't know. Like I said, hopefully this is all for the better.
Let's take a break here. We're going to have Cindy Dervich in studio at the bottom of the hour, but with such a monumental night, I felt I don't cover politics on the show, but I had to give our opinion here and talk about that here on the program. So we'll finish up. We'll do another few minutes about that when we come back from the break. You're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today, or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Heavy traffic on the interstates around Tampa Bay, westbound I-4 from the Plant City area over towards McIntosh. Also southbound I-75 now jammed from before Fletcher to I-4, and southbound 275 from before Beers to around Hillsborough Avenue. Delays now off the Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa and southbound Veterans Expressway. Slow between Van Dyke and Hutchinson. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council. When danger is imminent, will you be prepared? Now, many mobile devices can bring you critical information from local sources you trust with a unique sound and vibration. Wireless emergency alerts keep you in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts.
Today, partly cloudy with a 10% chance of showers, high 79. Tonight, clearing skies, low 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 81.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to the program here, That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, with a new opening representing a new day, a new political environment,
a new era,
a lot of things, changing, and I don't know. Today has kind of a weird feel, and I talk a lot about the energies that exist between us and the collective subconscious and everything, but I feel differently. I don't know, and that has to do with just how people are connected, and then that comes down to my philosophy and stuff. I don't want to go on to that direction and everything, but
how much time do we have?
It feels different out there. How would you respond? Do you notice anything different out there so far?
Well, I haven't been awake that long, so no, yeah, it's you can just a little. Yes, I mean it feels different. And like I said, hopefully that is a good different. I mean, we definitely need change, and so I'm optimistic. And even though I may not have been rooting initially for for this new chapter, I'll stand behind it and be a part of it and support it. So
I'm waiting on Donald Trump, though, to answer the question about the rigged elections, because he was out there talking about the elections rigged. And when people start talking like that, it tells me that know they're going to lose.
Well, they're insecure,
and they're looking for a
right,
way to respond on the backside. They can say, I lost because it was rigged against me. And so he's going to have a hard time answering that question now.
Well, I have a hard time, too, for people not taking control of their own circumstances, in a sense, and taking responsibility of things. And when you're always blaming other people for everything that might happen in your life, that says something about the individual. The everything that we take responsibility of, we therefore have control over to change it in the near future and to, change outcomes eventually, even if it may not be today. So somebody that's always blaming others for everything that happens in their life.
And I wonder if he's going to move forward with a special prosecutor for Hillary Clinton. Some he threatened in one of the debates, and so it'll be interesting to see if he does move forward with that. He was very nice in speaking about her last night.
Hopefully, I think that could be the worst thing he could do at this point. It's like just make peace with you don't want to keep war going. Just let things go, move on, and be create a positive environment.
I think that's Donald Trump just speaking from the hip, shooting from the hip, so to speak. I don't really think we will see that just because I don't think it's good for the country.
And hopefully the advisors around him can inform him of that and just let things go. And again, unite us. Don't continue to try to keep us all segregated in any way. I do like Rudy Giuliani. I've always liked him, and I was happy to see that Rudy was kind of for him. Last night I was watching something, and he was actually
he was one of Trump's main advisors throughout the campaign.
I do like him. I think everything he went through with 9/11, and he resignates a unity for America.
Yeah, he definitely represents the conservatives. I mean, he's very very well respected within the Republican establishments, and yes.
Well, he did mention that he would be chosen for an office. Rudy wouldn't talk about any of that last night because he didn't want to jinx anything. But hopefully that so hopefully he does. He picks these key people to be around him. Okay, Rubio even joked for a while that he was going to support Trump, but he still didn't want him in charge of the nuclear codes.
Well, yeah, I mean that's still a concern of mine because yes, I mean that he does have a hair trigger temper, and what Hillary revealed it takes 4 minutes.
I don't know like the regulations and restrictions and how many people that needs. I mean, he doesn't have as president. You don't have sole control over these things, do you? You have to go through chains of command.
That's all classified information.
I don't know.
Hillary Clinton did reveal in a debate, and she kind of got attacked for it, but she said there's a 4-minute window from when the president decides to launch to it happening. So, yeah, I'm sure there's some other people who've got to make some choices, too. But I don't know. That's all classified information.
And it does concern me that he feels like he knows more than generals or, he understands ISIS more than anyone else. And, if he's a businessman, obviously he doesn't have all that
comments.
knowledge.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's him shooting from the hip, and he needs to learn to kind of, think before he speaks. But who am I to critique him?
Well, and you don't even know really what with audio, we can make anything sound a certain way. So unless, who knows what he actually said. Maybe he didn't even say those. Who knows? But again,
the election also last night, a repudiation of Barack Obama's policies. His legacy is pretty much going to be destroyed with this new administration. We're going to see a lot of his executive orders be rolled back. We're going to see
destroyed is such a harsh word. Can we just let the man go in peace?
Exactly what's going to happen. So.
And again, just respect the individuals for what they did. Not everybody has all the answers, and you have to look at Obama and what he came into office having to do and fix after everything that with all that we went through. Anyway,
we'll be back in a moment. We have Cindy Dervich when we talking business again when we come back from the break. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Compassion.com/radio.
1250 winds weather center forecast. We'll see a front move through the Bay Area today. Start off with some sunshine, then becoming mostly cloudy. Look for some showers as well. And cooler, upper 70s, near 80 for the high. Low 60s tonight. Look for the same forecast minus the rain and clouds over the next few days and looking at mid-70s for the upcoming weekend. Impact Radio 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. So let's bring this talk back around to business talk there. So I apologize there if we got off topic there and talking politics.
I'm sure everyone's thinking about it.
We got to talk about it. Son. I knew I do market myself as not talking about politics, but I've got to after that election. Plus, we had somebody canceled today, too, so I had to fill a segment. So we'll blame the person who canceled. That was Carol Sanick, by the way. She was unable to be with us today. So.
Well, anyway, by the way, our new intro sounds really good. So maybe after you keep hearing that even over and over and over again, I won't have to throw stuff at you when you mention my show anymore. I won't have to. I need to carry ping pong balls or something and just like. I looked for him in Target yesterday.
It's a major change in my life. It's now That Business Show, Jamie and Kelly. It's
no
longer just Jamie. So let's bring in our guest for this segment. We have Cindy Dervich. She is the ambassador of fun and owner of Breezin Entertainment. Learn more at breezin.com. Be sure to leave the G off at the end of that, breezin.com. Cindy, welcome to the program today.
Good morning. What a start to the morning. I love all the chit-chat and the chatter, and, the world just has to become a better place. We all have to unite and just move on. And that really has to happen on both parties.
Absolutely.
And Kelly, he's collaborating when you get your name mentioned in lights at the business show. So that's awesome.
Right? Yeah, he needs a new T-shirt.
Yeah, no, I got one of the past guests who makes T-shirts brought this into me, but it just says with Jamie. I don't have any other shirts.
Well, call him back in.
I know
she deserves her name in lights.
Absolutely.
I keep giving him a hard time, but it's just been about a month. But he's had. There's so much marketing, and logo and just different things everywhere. So we've just about caught it all.
Yeah, I think that was a really good move. Brought a woman to the team.
Yep, absolutely. I'm a big supporter of women.
I
and
know
everything.
You are. You are. Today
absolutely.
is Wednesday with Jessica
Working Women
Ravelli.
Wednesdays. We're talking with a couple ladies in the 8 o'clock hour, along with Jessica for Working Women Wednesdays.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled to be here. Jamie's a great guy, and the more I've gotten to know him, are the synergies that we have, and he has deep respect for the business community, women, men. Just
everybody.
And it's a great collaborative effort between the two of us. Very happy to be here.
And Sydney, if I remember right, you were a returning guest. I think you came in through a Working Women Wednesdays.
I did come in, and so happy to be here. I listen to your show every morning because I have a good 45-minute ride, and now that you start at 7, it's awesome.
Good to know.
Yeah, and I have learned from a lot of your people that you brought on, your guests, and I was just talking to your gentleman that's running the cameras and the videos here, and he has as well, and started his own business.
Definitely learn on this program.
It's awesome.
I learn every single day on the program.
Oh,
so
I do as well. It's so
support.
Enlightening, and all the individuals that we meet, and just these people persevering and being an entrepreneur and being like-minded individuals to surround yourself with these magnificent people.
Actually, when I was on, I was with Cheryl Hunter,
yes.
And I actually, I kept her card in my back pocket, and I just hired Cheryl to do some work for me and my company. And it took my husband there and got felt great about it. You know, she's so I look forward to working with her.
She's the entrepreneur's attorney. She's actually working on my trademark or our trademark.
My
See, I got to get used to saying our trademark. Our trademark.
And actually, you know, I discovered too that after 26 years in business, I don't have my trademark.
Yeah, it's an important thing to have, and it's time consuming too. It's taken like 9-10 months of a time, and she told me up front, I said it's not a quick process, and so
did Cheryl do that for you as well?
Yeah, it's wrapping up and everything. But,
I think with ours, I think it's going to be a little bit less of a no-brainer because it's been in existence for so long.
26 years.
26 years. I am. Thank you. Super excited about that. I have my own personal goal, and I'm starting to. That's what I'm working with Cheryl, how to put that goal into place. I want to be a 50-year-old company, whether I'm around or not. That would just be for me an accomplishment. I mean, 26 years is an accomplishment.
Yes, it's quite.
And we went through some, like everybody, like you did in real estate. When it went down, my business was in the same position, and so just to hang tight and keep a team together, and proud to have a team that I have. I have a Jessie Wilcox Saplinski. She got married, and it's a tongue twister with me, and she's going on 7 years. And my CFO has been with me for 17 years. Wow. So I had also a young lady that was with me when I started my business, Lydia Spriggs, who came back a year ago. This month, October actually, was a year anniversary. And she left after like 8 years of being with me for 12 years to raise her daughter. And so when I had an opening come open, it was like bringing someone home. So very excited. And and really excited about my internship program, because Gina was an intern for 2 semesters. The first semester, you know, she just came in and was trying to figure it out. And then she asked if she could stay on a second semester. And we hired her. And I have been hiring my interns. That is kind of my platform now, is to develop my interns, and Danielle's with me today in studio.
Yeah, they'll bring her on here in a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, so super excited about my growth. It's time to grow for us, you know.
Patience and perseverance, you know, I think is the key, which you have obviously, you know, practiced very well, and that's why you're still here after 26 years and
going strong. And I just have, and I could not do it. It is not about me. It is about a team.
Absolutely.
And if I didn't have the team, I couldn't keep going anymore. I
don't know that you would have the will so much. It's the bringing the family members back home, and it's that collaborative effort that also continues to inspire you day in and day out.
Absolutely. And hi, good morning. We have it's like a family, and sometimes it's a fine line when you run a business. It's a fine line, and we sell fun, so it becomes a very fine line in regards to getting involved in your employees' personal lives and caring about them, and then running a business.
We hear a lot about that too, and even it's very hard. And you know, in life we are taught, and in business, to separate business and personal. You separate them. I know with me, it's very hard. I share it. It's a very shared space with me. It's hard to separate that.
And it's hard when the tough calls are there. You know, unfortunately, in sales, that's what drives my business.
Right.
You're only as good as your numbers. So that's really hard when you become very close to somebody, when at the end of the day, you're going, wait a second. But you know what? It's we're in a fun industry. Corporate America is back, or hopefully stays, and doing great things. I see the Christmas parties, the phone calls for the Christmas parties. I see weddings, amazing weddings, people spending so much money, and I love it.
Is this the busiest time for you now with the holidays?
No, not necessarily. We are so fortunate. We are really busy 12 months out of the year.
And so what type of entertainments do you offer then? I heard you just mention weddings, and so you do weddings too?
Right, we do. Well, you know, we work with the weddings, per social, anything from anniversary party, birthday party, sweet 16s, quinceañeras, bar and bat mitzvahs, to the corporate
And anything you need, actually, with many of our Edge events, Breeze and Entertainment has come in and provided the most amazing saxophone, trumpet players. I always wanted to spruce things up. And live, I tell you, someday in the next 10, 20 years, my goal is to have a gentleman or somebody behind me with a saxophone that just walks behind me all day long.
And especially one of those sweet-looking gentlemen that we brought on.
Yeah, with a great accent, too. That'd be great. But, I mean, just it relaxes you. It's smoothing. It's like a stress-free tone at that point. But Breeze provides that for you. Anything that you want, they can provide to you, down to a step team from a university. So anything that you need, whether any kind of engagement.
So after 26 years, you've got connections within the entertainment business to help in any areas.
We do, and we are always venting new entertainment. We are always encouraging it. We have people calling on a daily basis. We are just trying to find the best, whatever somebody wants. We just got a call, and I'm learning every day. You know, there's a Southwest Airlines is doing an inaugurational flight out of the international airport in December, and they wanted a Cuban guitar player, and that's a certain instrument. It's called a tres. And I was like, okay, and I'm Googling what the heck is a trace. And, thank God for the internet and sometimes. And I found some of the most amazing, and there's only a couple in our area. I think there's two that I know of. And if you're out there, please call in. Go to breezenentertainment.com. We encourage that for new talent. And they now want to have him play at the airport at 4:30 in the morning, leave on that first flight, take him to Cuba with them and play in that airport and do the tour with the guests that they are bringing over, and then come back and play back in the airport. So we're excited about that. People are thinking out of the box as well, how to create memories for their guests.
Well, I think as a business owner, too, it's so important to realize even after 26 years that you're acceptable to learning, and you're still learning, and you're okay with that, and encourage that.
I am so encouraged, and that is why when you get into my internship program, I love my interns. They are so smart. I take their thoughts, I listen to everything they say, and we try to channel it and see what they can do for us. When we do hire them, that's what we ask them. It's like, what can you do for me?
And bringing in new, fresh ideas and another perspective of
absolutely
ways of doing things.
I have tried to stay fresh in the industry. I am not opposed to anything. I am open to hearing it. It doesn't have to be my way. There's times that somebody has to make a hard decision, and I can be that deal breaker or that decision maker. I don't have any problem doing that, but it's wonderful.
So 26 years, how did you get started with Breeze, and how did that come together?
I was a director of catering in the hotel industry. At the time, it was the Lincoln Hotel. I don't know if you remember that. It's now the Intercontinental, which I think is turning into a something.
Oh, Intercontinental, where the Center Club is.
Where the Center Club is, but that's going to be a new brand, if I'm not mistaken. I read something.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're doing, I know.
Right? Am I right?
Yes.
So I think I read that in the Business Journal. And I started actually at Busch Gardens, and I was in a brownie uniform, and I knew that was not what I wanted to do, smelling like
very cool. I always wanted to work at Busch Gardens.
It was very cool, but I was in the food service end of it, and then just a funny story, a position came open in the event world there. A couple of smart young ladies. One is Donna Stork, who is Tom Stork's wife from the Florida Aquarium, and another friend, Marilyn, decided they are going to sell the theme park. And this is 26 years ago, and they all looked at them like they were crazy. Two cute little women in high heel shoes, smart as a whip, and they're going to sell the whole theme park. And that's how it really started. And I wanted to be on that team, and one of the vice presidents there just felt, how can somebody, and very prejudiced, how can somebody in the food service industry selling ribs in the rib restaurant be able to sell events? So our paths crossed again across my desk at as a director of
that's where you
catering.
have an opportunity to really prove somebody wrong and show them what you're made of.
Yeah, what you're made of. But but that's how Busch Gardens started their events, with two women that had a vision.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be a part of that, so I moved on, and I got hired over at the Lincoln Hotel. Someone took a chance. Eli White was my director of sales. I stalked him at a young age of 23, and he goes, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, but I'm going to hire you. So just keep stalking me. And as soon as that opportunity comes up, you know, it was breaking ground at that time when they were making that time. I think it was also the, what was the hotel there before? The International Inn. Does anybody remember that?
No.
Yeah, way before y'all's time. Sorry. No. So I've been blessed. So I started in the hotel business as director of catering. I got married. I was on maternity leave. And my husband, who's a musician, said, hey, what's all this? I pulled out cards and long story short, he goes, you know, we could start an agency and you can have your own business. And I was like, what does that mean? And because
I knew it sounded good to you.
It sounded good, but I love corporate America. I love all the politics with that. I could deal with all of that. And I didn't know what that looked like. My father wasn't an entrepreneur. You know, my mother got to stay home with her children until she got into real estate and, you know, when she was looking for something to do. So I didn't know what that looked like. And I thought I had to go study under the best of the best and fly to New York and all the big agencies. And my husband's the one that encouraged me to just says, do what you do.
Just make it your own thing.
Do what you do. And I'm like, okay, let me figure that out. And that's
26 later, you're
26 years later.
Still trucking in the event planning business. So you cover anything related to event planning. You don't have any one niche specialty. You'll do any type of event plans?
We just handle the entertainment piece of it.
The entertainment piece of it. I got you. Okay.
We can do it all. We have been called on to do the transportation and do the logistics of an event, but our specialty is the entertainment. We have an event division because there are so many events. We're probably up to about 2,200 events this year that we handle, and I have Jessie is my events director, and she handles all the detailing and the logistics so that the salespeople can continue to sell to their clients their next great party.
Currently talking to Cindy Dervich, again, the founder of Breezin Entertainment. Learn more about her at breezin.com. Again, be sure to drop the G. It's Breezin without the G at the end, or give her a call at 813-348-4998. 813-348-4998. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
You in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
Crash at Pinellas Park on westbound Gandy Boulevard, just west of 275. This one at Grand Avenue, blocking a couple lanes. Heavy traffic now on 275 into Tampa, and slow traffic on the Suncoast Parkway between State Road 54 and Hutchinson. Crash in Tampa on southbound Nebraska Avenue south of Skipper, and heavy traffic on southbound 75 between Bruceby Downs and Fowler. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Someone you know is suffering from Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. They're dealing with excruciating pain and days when they won't be able to get out of bed. Help someone you know and support the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America at ccfa.org.
Today, partly cloudy with a 10% chance of showers, high 79. Tonight, clearing skies, low 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 81.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Talking with Cindy Dervish, owner of Breezin Entertainment. Learn more at breezin.com. So, Cindy, you've got one of your interns here talking briefly about your internship program. Tell us a little bit more about the program, and we'll talk to Danielle here.
Yeah, I started about, I really think it's been a good almost 12 years doing my internship program. It first started because I have two young men now, a 27-year-old and a 25-year-old that were getting ready to go to college, and I was just looking at what are they going to do? How are they going to get experience? They've been around the family, and we own our own business and that great stuff. So, and then we needed some help at first, like in the office and in different aspects, when social media came in and when all of this internet and Facebook, I wasn't quite sure how to do that. So we reached out to the different colleges in the area, and one of my, Jessie, who is a sorority girl herself at USF, she started posting it on her boards at USF, and we started getting lots of applications. Very, very proud of it. It started very small, and it's very mighty now.
How long is the internship program run?
Well, it generally runs for a semester. Okay. Interestingly, the majority of the people I have about 4 persons a semester. Most of them have been women, but I am open to anybody and everyone to apply for it. We've had some great men in it, but the majority have been women, and only probably because of where I'm seeking it from the sororities. Really, a person in the Greek world, man or woman, is good for us because they usually get very involved in doing different aspects of planning events socially for their sororities.
Bringing a young vibe into
the office. and they're brilliant. They know social media. They're quick at it. They YouTube everything. They can figure it out in 5 seconds. What I don't know, I ask and they find out. And then the semester, to answer your question, we have them for a semester to start with. Most of them in the beginning had to do it for credit. And now they're doing it for experience.
And you have Danielle Grande in, so let's pass the microphone over to you. So, Danielle, welcome into the program today.
Welcome, Danielle.
Danielle is 20 years old, going to University of Tampa, correct?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your experience working as an intern at Breezin.
When I started, Cindy really needed someone to work on social media. So I've been doing the Twitter account, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and I really got Snapchat going.
Everything you were probably doing anyway, now you're just doing it on a commercial level of it. So that's great.
So I blog. There's a blog on our website that I update
all you
weekly.
millennials, y'all are experts at this stuff. I'm waiting to see like 10, 20 years down the line and how many of y'all go into the manufacturing and the industrial jobs and stuff, you know.
Our biggest
Bring the microphone back over.
Our biggest opportunity for the millenniums is to get them to answer the phone. And they think they can answer the phone, and then they really can't.
They'd rather text them.
They'd rather text. But we are teaching them some basic business skills, you know, so it's been wonderful. And they're actually doing an analyzation now of our
I was going to ask
what you're doing.
Danielle, is answering the phone kind of just not in tune with the younger generation these days?
It's not at all. And me and the other intern work on the same days, so we pass it off back and forth. But we always let it ring an extra time. We're like, who's going to get it this time?
Good thing Cindy's not there when you do that.
It's just so inefficient to always text, though. I mean, I get that
I'm getting
good.
better.
Yeah.
I'm definitely learning.
She is getting so much better. But I have to tell you, we are texting our clients and our performers because we
It's
get
convenience.
it. That's how they want to be
Right.
communicated with. So when we fill out a form and we talk to our clients, we ask them, what is the best way to communicate with you?
Right.
Email, text, phone.
That's an excellent point because I've raised that a number of times. It's like that's becoming part of the intake process with clients these days. You got to ask how they want to be communicated with.
Well, there's so many different forms of communication.
Yeah, because Nick was telling me that he's got one client that will only communicate with Facebook messaging. So it's,
Everyone
that's what
has
they
their
want.
preferred method.
Actually, that brings up a point. When we get back, I heard somewhere, and I don't know if it was on your talk show or somewhere, but that you can change your messaging to say, please respond to my website or your email. So we need to fix that on my phone.
All right, well, we got to wrap up this segment, so we appreciate Cindy coming in studio alongside intern Danielle Grande with Breezin Entertainment. Both of y'all, thank you so much
good
for
luck,
coming
Danielle.
Thank you very much.
in. And you can go home and get some rest now, as I wish I could, too.
Well,
But
for all of
going to the office.
For all of your entertainment needs, definitely reach out to Breezin Entertainment because you won't be disappointed. Fabulous. Congratulations again on 26 years.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to watching you to 50.
Again,
I
providing
plan on it.
providing entertainment for your events. You can reach them at breezin.com or 813-348-4998. 813-348-4998. Stay tuned. Coming back for a break, it'll be Working Woman Wednesdays on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Maloney Productions. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Concerned about running out of money in retirement? Learn the secrets to planning a tax-free retirement income every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on 1250 WINS WHNZ. Tune in to Heroes Talk Radio and call them now at 866-544-7755.
This Thanksgiving season, millions of Americans are facing hunger, some in our very own neighborhoods. Taking action to help is easier than you think. From November 1st through the 20th, bring non-perishable or canned food items to any Ed Morse dealership. Visit edmorse.com for details on the Feeding America program.
From thecoolestguys.com, Simpson Air.
Today, partly cloudy with a 10% chance of showers, high 79. Tonight, clearing skies, low 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 81.
This report is brought to you by McDonald's. Sip into a great morning with McDonald's McCafe coffee. McDonald's McCafe coffee is made with sustainable sourced 100% Arabica beans and brewed hot and fresh just for you. Enjoy any size hot McCafe coffee for $1. Only at McDonald's for a limited time.
1250 WINS WHNZ Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app.
Donald Trump wins the White House.
I will be president for all Americans.
Clinton supporters stunned.
We're devastated. How could the polls be so off?
Financial markets rattled.
It should be down about 2%.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. Cheered on by supporters last night in New York City, Donald Trump has been elected the 45th president of the United States in a startling upset over Hillary Clinton. The billionaire businessman who's run apartments, hotels, and casinos ran the table in the battleground states he had to win.
While the campaign is over, our work on this movement is now really just beginning.
CBS News estimates Trump has at least 289 electoral votes. He won Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Michigan, and flipped Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Clinton has a razor-thin edge in the popular vote. Here's CBS's Major Garrett.
Donald Trump began the transition from political phenomenon to commander-in-chief.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton.
Saluting the vanquished Democratic nominee he once threatened to jail.
We owe her a major debt of gratitude for her service.
Trump offered soothing words to the more than 58 million Americans who voted against him, vowing to pursue reconciliation.
For those who have chosen not to support me in the past, of which there were a few people, I'm reaching out to you for your guidance and your help so that we can work together and unify our great country.
This is Steve Futterman in New York. At Clinton headquarters last night, supporters arrived predicting victory.
I'm totally optimistic. She's going to win.
No way she can lose.
No way she can lose.
But as the evening progressed, it soon became apparent that something unexpected was happening.
It's unbelievable. I mean, how could the polls be so off?
If shock, disbelief, and anger can actually be written on the faces of human beings, we saw that at Clinton headquarters.
I'm concerned about the future of our country.
In the end, perhaps the most important question, can Clinton supporters accept Donald Trump as the president?
It will be 4 years that I will accept our president, but I will fight like hell to get someone in office who I believe in for the next election.
Well, Clinton did not speak to supporters, but is expected to in just over an hour. President Obama phoned congratulations to Trump. Those two are expected to meet tomorrow. Mr. Obama will make a White House statement today. CBS's Anthony Mason says exit polls point to three key areas that paved the path of victory for Trump.
He won men by 12 points, 53 to 41%. Secondly, he won whites without college degrees by 67 to 28%, more than 2 to 1. The most important quality voters were looking for yesterday was a candidate who could bring about change. Among those voters, Donald Trump won 83%.